And now I'm I'm following the non-job campaign, and I really want to help people. I really want to spread the message about health, just like you do. I want to write now, I'm starting to write, and I really want to train people, but I can't help myself. I have all these injuries that have been lingering for so many years. I'm doing the corrective exercise, the supplements, seeing doctors, this and that bullshit, but I'm not getting better. I can help other people, but it just won't.
Specifically what? And give me one of them, the top one.
One of them? I don't know, they all kind of suck. Shoulders, rotator cuff impingements, just really unstable shoulders.
What does that manifest as? Can't do push-ups or?
Can't do push-ups, haven't been able to do a push-up since like 2010. Mm-hmm. Like, just.
How do you work out?
I do basically what my body lets me do. Like, I have a routine, a lot of it's mobility work. I'll do like core work, like planks. Mm-hmm. I'll try to strengthen my upper back, like heavy rows and stuff like that, but it's really limited.
And this, I made a video about this for you. Same question.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you're saying, I was talking more about like doing what I want to do, like training, helping people. Back then it was kind of like a confidence thing, and you said, do whatever you want to do, and now I kind of have that confidence, but I still can't help myself now.
You're still attached to the old story. You're still heavily enrolled in that story that I'm injured, so I'm not able, I'm not capable, right? And I'm going to say this facetiously, but you love that story. You're in love with that story because in the same way that where's Sam? What Sam does defines who he is. Your injuries define you. And you're attached to it in such a way that if you didn't have them, you wouldn't know who you are. Because you've been dealing with them for how many years?
Since 2009.
Right, and how old are you?
I'm 19.
Right, so that's like a 30, like, it's a big point.
Just turned 20.
Right, and we had this conversation 2 years ago, or a year ago, whenever I made it. And you came and you paid $100 or $75, depending on when you signed up, to come here and ask me the same question. It's because you love it. You're snuggling up with it, and you're identified with it, and you're carrying it with you, and you're showing it to me over here, and you showed it to me over there, and it's like it's your puppy. You got it, and you're in love with it. You got to tell yourself a different story. It's all about the story you tell yourself, and you only start telling yourself a different story about it because I'm already thinking of stories for you. I can tell you stories about yourself that will turn you into a superstar. But you won't be able to tell those stories and accept those stories until you give up the one that you are identified with. And you're heavily identified with this story. Okay? And this is not an attack on you, but I get this. You self-identified as yourself as the injured guy. Right? So, you being injured and not being able to, you can turn, I love this phrase, if you can't fix it, feature it. You can take any handicap and make that your saving fucking grace. Have you seen the guy that has no arms and legs and he gets on stage and he does motivational speeches like this? He doesn't have his fucking arms and legs!
Mike Vucic.
He's not enrolled in a story about why he can't do shit. Your shoulders are a little impinged, and not to say that that's not a valid reason for not doing push-ups, but you love that story so much that it's stopping you from getting on stage. But it doesn't stop that guy, right? He can't fix that. Maybe you can't fix your shoulders. Feature it. I'm the guy riddled with injuries that figured out how to lose weight. Hey, and you know how many people? Here's the thing about marketing. People want to do business with people that know their story or they can relate to their story. You know how many people have that story and they're enrolled in that story and they love that story, that if they hear you, see your results, and you say, I have the same story, they're going to be like, where are you going? Because I'll follow you. Right? That may be your biggest selling point. But you've got to let go of it being a crutch. You've got to let go of it as it's something that is bad. And you've got to let go of the idea that you're not good enough because of it and embrace it as something to win by. Right? So I would say you take that thing and that's how you're helping people. Hey, injured folks. Have you ever been injured? Have you ever had shoulders so bad that you can't do push-ups? Well, look at me. I have a nice, lean body. Without doing push-ups, I'll show you how. Now that means you're gonna have to figure something out. Have something to offer. Maybe your technique is you're very strict with diet and you do a lot of Pilates. I mean, Pilates is an exercise that was designed for people that are bedridden. That's what the guy, Mr. Pilates, created this fucking thing because, Joseph Pilates, right? So you know the story, right? Like he was in bed or somebody he knew was in bed and he couldn't exercise, so he's like, well, I'm gonna figure out how to tighten my abs and we do bed exercises.
Rehab for soldiers. Rehab for soldiers.
Rehab for soldiers. So they were injured soldiers, and they had to exercise in the bed.
He used cots. That was the original reformer. It was cot and springs. That's why they had spring down. So.
Guy was working out people that had injuries from the military in beds. I mean, nobody hasn't heard of, anybody not heard of Pilates? Right? Create your own Pilates. The whole idea is you got to get over the bullshit. Right? Because if you came in here with no legs and no arms, I still would say, yeah, that's some bullshit. So you have no arms and legs. This guy don't have any arms and legs. I don't hear him bitching. He's making millions of dollars writing books and shit. I don't know how the fuck he's writing books. He's writing books. Oh, I got this new everything fucking app now. Software for my computer that I put headphones on and it dictates. It's dictate software. It's called Dragon Dictate. And I talk and types of shit to me. So he might be doing that. Good, next question.